News 5 at noon is being brought to you by Insurance Corporation of Belize, serving Belize for 40 years.
Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday, and you're tuning into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. Belize halts U.S. shipments as new tax rule hits global mail. Belize launches $250,000 coastal relief fund to combat sargassum crisis. Labor Ministry adds card option to online payments for temporary employment payment. And Belize's Ernest Broster signs pro volleyball deal in Brazil. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
When I was a student, ICB was there to protect me, ensuring my education and future. When I got my first car, ICB was there to protect me, providing excellent coverage and peace of mind on the road. When we moved into our first apartment, ICB was there to protect us, securing our belongings and giving us a sense of security. And when we got our first house, ICB was there for us, protecting our home and everything we've worked so hard for.
At every step of your life's journey, ICB is there for you. For more information, call 224-5328 or visit our nearest branch.
Welcome back. Imagine sending a small package to a loved one in the United States, something simple, like a handmade gift or a few local products. Now, imagine that package being taxed from the very first dollar. That's the reality starting tomorrow, August 29th, as the U.S. government scraps its long-standing duty-free rule for low-value shipments. In response, the Belize Postal Service is temporarily suspending shipments of goods to the United States, a move that raises serious questions. How will this affect small businesses, families, and international trade? And what does it say about the changing landscape of global shipping?
Well, I think I'm still trying to process the whole, press release that I got yesterday, but it will definitely be a huge, huge change for me personally, because I have a lot of customers, a lot of Belizeans living in the, in the diaspora in the US and around the world, but a lot in the US. And I mean, the people at the post office know me by name by now, because I'm there like from October all the way through the holiday season. So with, even just a temporary, I think, suspension, I was literally preparing packages to mail to people abroad, and those packages will no longer be able to get to them. And yeah, so it's something that I am still trying to process as a small business owner, and trying to process with other friends of mine who are in the similar situation.
If you've taken a stroll along Belize's beautiful coastline lately, chances are you've seen it. Waves of brown rotting sargassum stretching endlessly across the shore. It's not just an eyesore anymore, it's a full-blown national emergency. But there's hope on the horizon. The Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future is stepping up in a big way in partnership with the Belize Tourism Industry Association and the Belize Hotel Association. The fund is rolling out a $250,000 grant to help those hit hardest by the sargassum invasion, businesses and communities that rely on our coastline every single day. The two associations will work together to distribute the funds directly to Belizeans living and working along the affected areas, offering much needed relief and support. Dr. Leandra Cho Ricketts, Executive Director of the Belize Fund, says this initiative marks a new and intensified effort to tackle the crisis head-on, not just cleaning up the beaches, but helping people rebuild and adapt.
Our board, at our July board meeting, they flagged, I think actually it was the Ministry of Blue Economy brought up the topic and the work from the Sargassum Task Force that was taking place, and reiterated, that this is really a national challenge or a national emergency that needed to be addressed, and the entire board agreed that it is important. And we had recently finalized our emergency response grants window, and so the discussion and the decision was that then the fund would look at engaging with the Blue Economy, with the Ministry of Tourism also, to see how they can help support and provide some relief to this issue. And it is, as we've all heard, it's here for as long as we are facing these challenges globally. And so the fund beyond this support will be looking at mechanisms to continue to provide some support, whether it's through directly to the private sector or through a response or through partnership with the government on the support that they can give to municipalities.
If you've ever had to apply for a temporary employment permit in Belize, you know the process hasn't always been smooth. But that's changing quickly. The Ministry of Labor is making it easier than ever to pay for your permit online. You can now pay directly with your credit card or debit card through the TEP portal. This upgrade is part of a bigger push to modernize how government services work. Since the online system launched back in January 2021, it's been evolving, and this latest move is all about speed, convenience, and security. Minister Florencio Marin Jr. says it's about building a fair and transparent labor market that supports national growth. And Minister of State Osmond Martinez adds that this is about transforming how government serves people, making it more efficient, more accountable, and more business-friendly. So, whether you're an employer or a worker, you can now log in, select your application, and choose from 3 payment options: treasury deposits, eCash, or your new card. Ernest Broster, a standout star on the Belize men's national volleyball team, has officially gone pro in Brazil. That's right, Broster has signed a 1-year contract with the Goiás Sports Club, a state team in Brazil, marking the start of his professional career. Fresh off his graduation from Cornerstone University in Michigan, Broster doesn't waste any time. He's already in Brazil, training and settling into his new role. We caught up with him this morning, and let's just say he's fired up and ready to represent Belize on the international stage.
Since I started playing volleyball, I said I wanted to be a professional player. So I'm making as much of it as I can, because the championship will be starting in October 24th. Our championship starts, so got a month and a half to prepare myself for that. It takes a lot of work, especially for someone like me that is not, tall, like 6'4" and above. You have to put in extra work because I'm on the shorter side. Like my teammates on the team, I have to look up to them. There are some big guys. So I have to put in that extra work in the gym, getting some extra reps in practice as well. Training year round, day in, day out. Rarely getting any rest. One time my dad asked me if I wanted to go to States for a summer trip, and I told him no, I wanted to stay home and practice.
From local courts to global arenas, Ernest Broster is showing the world what Belizean talent looks like. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.
News 5 at noon was brought to you by Insurance Corporation of Belize, serving Belize for 40 years.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.